After leaks and rumors of Microsoft going through a round of layoffs today, it finally dropped and it hit really hard, especially across all of Microsoft's Xbox gaming division. We're talking the loss of 9,000 jobs in a single day and some rather shady practices, to be honest. Games canceled, projects canceled, and even people just logged out of their Slack accounts for no reason. And a message from Phil Spencer which seems completely contradictory to what is actually happening with Xbox. So if you guys want to know everything, make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video to understand all the details. So this was first mentioned back on Wednesday, June 30th from Jason Schreier, one of the most credible guys within gaming, saying Xbox fiscal year ends today, but mass layoffs that Bloomberg News reported on last week are expected to hit on Wednesday for people wondering. And well, today is Wednesday. And yes, those layoffs hit, and they hit real hard. This report from Bloomberg saying Microsoft begins deep job cuts across Xbox division. But I think the person who has the most egg on their face from today is Ryan McCaffrey, the head editor over there at IGN. Posted this right here from like a few years ago, highlighting a previous podcast with Phil Spencer, talking about how great Xbox is, and literally posts it today. And then he replies to me saying, well, heck of a Xbox day to schedule a tweet I set up weeks ago to celebrate the fun of Xbox. Like, dude, Ryan, how'd you not know this was happening? I knew this was happening. How'd you not know this was happening? But again, set up weeks ago. So I can kind of see why that could have been the case. But just really bad timing on IGN side of things. And like, nobody was safe from these cuts. Even Candy Crush makers King were hit with a 10% layoff. If you want to know how crazy that sounds to have even Candy Crush and King be getting cuts, just right here, the statistic here alone saying Candy Crush generated $1 billion in 2024, similar to the previous 2 years. It prints money, and people are still being let go. Like, what's going on? Saying Microsoft announced this morning it's eliminating 9,000 workers company-wide in a second wave of layoffs this year. And this adds to the total of 20,000 employees laid off since January of 2024. But it's not just slimming down of different divisions of Xbox. Like, full-on projects and games were completely gutted or looking to be gutted pretty soon. And this is only the beginning of the news, because it could even get worse as the news comes out here. But Jason Schreier reported saying that the new MMORPG project from ZeniMax Online, the makers of Elder Scrolls Online, has been canceled as part of Microsoft layoffs. Sources tell Bloomberg News the project, codenamed Blackbird, has been in development since 2018, and still more news to come this morning. So even by the time this video is posted, we might even get some more information. And if we do, I'll share with you guys on a post on here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to catch those posts when they go live. Everwild has been canceled as well. The last time we saw anything of this game was in a trailer from 2020, and it's been completely silent ever since. But this one actually might sound to make a little bit more sense, just because, and a report here from VGC saying, including prototype phase, Everwild has been in development for over a decade. Anonymous developers indicating they had struggled to nail clear, direct vision for the title. So it sounds like a situation where they're just like, we're just gonna cut our losses and hopefully move forward. And it looks like a cancellation of a highly anticipated game is gonna probably be happening as well, as it seems like Perfect Dark might be getting the axe as well. Because industry reporter Alex Donaldson reposted this saying, remember, whatever happens, Perfect Dark is forever, a clip from one of the previous games. And so I'm like, oh no. Like, this is actually one of the games I was really looking forward to, especially as a millennial. I played a lot of Perfect Dark as a kid, and to hear this game get the axe potentially is concerning. Though this actually really doesn't surprise me, as every report I've ever heard of Perfect Dark's development has been rough, as we see right here from this report, that even they had to bring in Crystal Dynamics to step in back in 2021 just to kind of help move the game along, because the initiative, the team that has been basically made to make this game, has not been going well. Key people have left. There's been drama within the initiative, and it's just been a complete mess. And Crystal Dynamics is kind of stepping in, almost being now like co-developers. But I've heard reports and read reports and talked about them on the channel here about issues with that as well, where people were trying to have a little bit of power struggle about whose game is it really and things like that. And so it's been a mess. I really hope we don't see this game get removed, but I could definitely see it happen, especially since, well, it wasn't at the Xbox showcase in 2025 at all, which is surprising as, well, this trailer from 2024 was there. You'd think you'd see like an updated, like more gameplay version of the game, because this is all highly scripted in-game moments, basically a elongated cutscene in first person that we're seeing. I always thought the absence of Perfect Dark in 2025 was really odd, and I'm kind of was expecting the shutdown of the game, and now it seems like it might be happening. And apparently this has just been a massive hit to morale and the feelings within the Xbox division. Nate Drake, who's a info insider guy here as well, says this on a post saying tons of chatter behind the scenes right now, and a lot of it sounds awful. Working to get confirmation on some, as the info I have is incomplete. Alex Donaldson also said that just heard something about the Xbox cuts that, if true, is just a messaging disaster. Proper we give up, throwing up the hands move. And this other report here from Jason Schreier about the layoffs seems to really hit hard, because this is just like a total mess and completely just like mind effing with the employees almost at this point, where it says, as one illustration of how sloppy and chaotic today's mass layoffs have been, some employees at ZeniMax Online Studios are now watching their Slack accounts abruptly get locked out. No message from HR, no word on whether they will still have jobs, just an ominous Slack deactivation. Like, imagine that happening, guys, because you know a lot of these Microsoft employees heard about the leaks and rumors about the layoffs happening, and just to see your Slack account get deactivated, this is like your major communication between teams, and just to have that deactivated, you're like, oh God, did I just get hit with a layoff? Did I get let go? Like, that's crushing. So what did the big boy Phil Spencer have to say about this? Well, it seemed incredibly contradictory and almost just kind of like, hey, sorry sucks to suck kind of vibe. In a report here from Windows Central, it talks about the full letter to staff, and dude, it's kind of heartless, almost it feels like, saying, today we are sharing the decision that will impact colleagues across our organization to position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas. We will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business to follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. Out of respect for those impacted today, the specifics of today's notifications and any organizational shifts will be shared by our team leaders in the coming days. Now, here's like the part that I think a lot of people are gonna latch onto, that's like, what do you mean? Why are you doing this then? I recognize that these changes come at a time when we have more players, games, and gaming hours than ever before. Our platform, hardware, and game roadmap have never looked stronger. The success we're seeing currently is based on tough decisions we've made previously. So if you're accomplishing all your goals of just getting more players, more time, more games, and just basically means more money coming in, then why are you laying off 9,000 people in your gaming division if everything's just going great? I'm sure many people watching this channel are probably thinking, oh my God, but what about the Halo though? Did Halo get hit with layoffs again like it did back in 2023? Well, from all accounts that we've seen, not yet, or haven't heard anything. Now, I wouldn't really expect to see any kind of layoffs from the Halo side of things, as Microsoft is looking to build into Halo, right? Especially with the Unreal Engine, multiple projects in the works. And then we have confirmed recently on the, like we did on the channel, that Halo Studios did say that they're going to be revealing some big announcements in October for the HCS World Championship, which I will be part of, guys. Hope to see you guys there at HCS in Seattle. So I don't think we're going to see any kind of massive changes when it comes to the Halo side of things. So we're safe there. And also from accounts I've seen from Jez Corden, that State of Decay 3 is safe, even though we didn't really see it as well for the 2025 showcase, even though we saw it back in 2024, similar that we did for Perfect Dark. But Perfect Dark has heard nothing but like bad things for that development, where State of Decay 3, I think, just kind of chugging along. So if we hear any other cancellations of various games or projects or things like that, I'll let you guys know here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe if you made it this far. I hope I earned your like, maybe even a subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.